see here, a little while ago, my amazing wife bought me yet another brilliant and nerdy gift. And when I figured out that this was actually printed or painted onto glass, pretty much the first thing I did was this. And as you can see here, hopefully, that proves the concept that light will shine through from behind. And so began the idea to use various addressable LEDs in the form of rings and strips to light up the various lit parts of the image using one of our addressable LED controllers to get a really cool glowing effect behind. So let's crack on and see how I did that. The very first thing I'm doing after a bit of testing the day before is cutting out a notch from the batten at the bottom, as I realized that the LED ring in the optimum position had a bit of a hard line going through it where the light was being blocked. While I was there, I also mapped out in pencil the position on the board roughly of where all of the strips and things needed to go, and now I can just go ahead and stick most of those strips in place so that it looks something like this. It may not look like much now, but this is all of the LEDs needed to light up every glowing part on the image. So now I can go ahead and break out the soldering iron. I've said in the past on the channel that I am not a huge fan of soldering, and in all honesty, I'm still not. But for this project, I'd have ended up using like 15 cable clip connectors and it would have gotten pretty ugly in there. So since I had everything stuck down neatly to a board, I had a pretty good surface for figuring it out. And it turns out a big part of being able to solder well is being able to see. And since I recently bought myself some magnifying goggles, I'll put the link to those on my website. It worked out pretty well. As you can see at this stage, I was just in the process of setting up WLED with the various segments that I wanted for the light for each thumb and finger, the arm, the palm, the eyes, and I now have to do the shoulder and the arc reactor. And then after adding copious amounts of tape to neaten up the actual wires, this is the final result, ready to hang up on the wall. Now, it wouldn't be me without an added dose of nerdy Home Assistant automations. So I've got it doing this set of effects whenever the lights come on, but I've also added some more subtle ones for when the lights are lower, like when we're watching TV, so that it doesn't reflect off the TV as much. I also threw a bit of audio reactive stuff for when music is playing on the speakers in my lounge. And finally, I've made a custom Jarvis commands to really hit that nerd nail on the head. Hey Jarvis, I am inevitable.
Iron Man.
As you can see there, a pretty incredible result, which I am super happy with. If you guys have any other ideas for cool ways which I can automate this, do please let me know down in the comments. Once again, I'd like to say a massive shout out to my amazing wife for buying me yet another amazing gift. And as always, if you like this sort of content, be sure to give me a follow and subscribe, etc. and support the channel in any way you can using the links over on my website. And remember, home is where the smart is.